Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you how to be creative with yarn. So I'm going to show you my big collection of yarn and how you can collect it yourself without using a big amount of money to buy it, because if you buy yarn it can be very expensive. So I will talk about how I get my yarn and how I do my crazy creativeness with yarn and what I use it for. Yeah, so let's get going. So here you can see a big mountain of all the yarn I have. Like, look at all of this. It's amazing. It's crazy. All of these, like, look at my hand. This is my hand compared to this big pile. What? Okay. So what I have to do is I need to sort all of this out, because as what I want to explain to you is what I can do with all of this yarn. But let me start with how I get it. So I love yarn, as you can see, because I have a lot of it. I love knitting. As you can see here, I have a couple of old knitting projects that I need to finish or think about, will I ever use whatever I was going for at that time when I started it, or whatsoever. So I have to do a lot of thinking about this. But when I buy my yarn, I very rarely buy it for new. I oftenly buy all of my yarn secondhand. I can buy it in secondhand stores, or I can buy it online on Facebook, or I also use a Danish site that is called DBA. It's called Den Blå Avis in Danish, and there I buy like multiple kilos of yarn at a time for then I can buy 4 kilos of yarn for 400 kroners or something like that, so that it will be around 5 kroners each per bundle, and that is cheap. Like 5 Danish kroners, it's less than €1. It's a little bit less than €1, 5 kroners. So that is cheap for one bundle of yarn in Denmark. Because sometimes one bundle can be 20 or 30 krona. So, and that is, what is that? €5 or something per bundle. And if you have to make a shirt of it, you need 10. So I like to go secondhand. Also because there's a lot of old bundles that has been used some of, and then they never get fully used and stuff like that. And I think this is a shame that it won't be used, because if it doesn't get used, then it will end up in the secondhand stores, and if no one buys it, in the end it will just get tossed out, or maybe you toss it out yourself at home. And I like to use it all, so then I save up a lot of stuff, and then this is grey, and then I can just compare all the grey ones together and then make a shirt with grey colors, and then maybe take an accent color to it and maybe pink or blue, and then make a blue pattern in the grey shirt, and then it will not be boring at all. So that is what I like to do, but I will talk more about that in another video. But definitely, whenever you want to do a project with a lot of yarn, I really can recommend going to the secondhand stores or the secondhand shops, because you can really save a lot of money. Though the trouble about it is that when you do that, you are never assured to get all the amount you need for a shirt or the colors you need. So you have to go in and be surprised a little about what is there, and then think of how can you use whatever you're going to buy, because sometimes I need green colors and then all I can get is purple, or sometimes I really need black because I use black for everything, but then somehow I only get one little bundle of black, and then that is not enough for anything I want to make. So sometimes you really need to buy in bulk to get the colors you want, and to be able to use the colors you get. Because if I only get like one of these, then I can't use this for a shirt. I need more gray bundles, small bundles, before it's enough. Yeah. So yeah, it might seem like if you go secondhand, you need to buy more. But even though you do that, it is still cheaper. I think it is. But it's not only cheaper to do it this way, it's also like better for the environment, because you don't buy new stuff. You actually use what has already been produced. So I like to do that. Yes. I like to make all things produced being used again, so that it's not just going to be waste. Yeah. So what I need to do now is sort all of these colors out in bundles, so that I can see how much green I have, how much blue, pink, purple, red, all of those colors I have, see how much I have of everything, and then I can like decide. I will also be sorting it out in wool or whatever is not wool, because I knit for myself and I also knit for a shop, and the shop I knit for is withcult.dk, and I am not knitting anything for the shop which has wool in it. So all of the wool stuff will be going for me, or if I have a friend that I know likes wool, then I can also knit a sweater for them. Yeah, so I will also be sorting it in wool or not, and then in colors, and then I can afterwards talk about what I will need to do with it, or how much I will need to make a sweater and stuff like that. So yeah, I will get back to you. So now I've made all I've piled all of the yarn. This is only half of the yarn, because all of this yarn you see here is everything cotton or acrylic. There's nothing wool here, no wool. So all of this is the vegan yarn, and then now it's easier to bundle it up in bags, and then it is way easier for me to take it, to find the right colors I need for some projects I find. So now I can keep it separate from what I can use for the shop and what I can use for myself, for some friends, with the wool. So this took me 2 hours to sort out, and this is only like the stuff you see here is only the vegan yarn. So yes, when you buy big bundles of yarn, it will take time to sort it out. But this I've sorted out like with multiple small purchases from secondhand stores. But now you can see it has accumulated, and now I got it sorted, and then it will definitely be much easier to work with. So I will also show you the wool one. Hello again, everybody. So it's been 2 months since I began this video, and then I have had an in between jobs situation, and then I actually got a job in November and December where I worked a lot. So I did not have time to finish this video before now. And there was also the situation where we got stuck in isolation at my dad's place over Christmas and in between Christmas and New Year's, and actually we ended up staying there for 21 days and we only had planned to stay there for 5 days. So a lot of my plans have been deleted. Deleted, yes, not deleted, or well, yes, they have been deleted until now. You can say that. But and yeah, I guess that you got the idea of what I would like to tell you with all my yarn and my knitting ideas. So I will not be showing you the wool yarn just because you kind of already seen it, and then I will just move on. Yeah. So here you see the big bag of yarn once again. This is all the vegan yarn that you saw just before, and in between these months I actually made a new sweater, and I can show you here. This is the types of yarn that I used. I have like let me focus on this. This one is glitter yarn. It has wool in it. And this is white yarn. I actually don't know what is in this yarn, and I have a lot of yarn bundles where I don't know which materials is inside it. But when I don't know and it looks like this, then I will just assume that there is some kind of wool in it, because I will not be knitting anything for the shop or for somebody that might have allergies for wool. So I just used this one for this project because there's already... So I just used these ones for this project because there's already wool in the black one. And then this one has not wool in it actually, even though it looks like it. It's acrylic. But it's very, very soft, and it has nice colors because I needed to knit a sweater for my partner's nephew. He turned 5 years old this Halloween. Yeah, in October. Or, no, not October, November actually. He turned 5. And, well, because I got the new job and everything, and then Christmas happened, and then we were isolated and such, we haven't really been at his birthday party. We couldn't. But we will make a meet up here in... Like, we will not be doing it in January just because the days are just too short for that. So it will be sometime in February. We also need to exchange gifts for Christmas because we didn't have time to do it before Christmas. So when we get the date on there in February, my partner's nephew will also receive this sweater as a part of his birthday gift. Yes, and so I actually just picked out some nice small yarn bundles that, like, these were all kinds of like just leftovers, and they are like almost the same type of yarn, you can see, and almost the same white yarn. And then, like, I just pick out some colors for accent patterns, and then I pick out a base that I can see that I have a lot of, and I actually still have a lot of both this one and a lot of that one as well, so I can make more patterns with that in another sweater. So that's awesome, and also the white one. So you can really get a long way when you have a lot of, leftover bundles, and just make small patterns of it. So now I can still make small patterns with this and make... Yeah, I just told you. But I still need to sew this up under the arms, both of them here. And I also need to like tuck in all of the ends, like the strings, and also from like the inside here has a lot of strings as well. All of the loose strings from whenever the yarn ends, or if I have to take another color, those I also need to tuck in. and I use like a crochet hook for doing that. But unfortunately, sometime in December, I lost my crochet hook, and I just cannot find it. I've like been searching for it all over the place, and we only have like a 55 square meter apartment, so it's not that big, but we do have a lot of stuff, which you might be like able to see sometimes in these videos. Um, Also because I have to shoot this video in the bed. Sorry for that, but like it's a clean, nice bed sheet, and it's like that's just how I do it because, or else I cannot do it. Hopefully we will be moving in 2 months or so, like hopefully, and then maybe I will only be finding my crochet hook whenever we do move, or whenever I get to pack down all of my stuff and then somehow find it in somewhere, yeah. Or so I think I might be doing. I think I have to go to a secondhand store and find a new crochet hook for like 5 kroners or something, like less than €1. Yeah, because the only other crochet hook I do have is way too big. It's like giant size for much thicker yarn, so this one cannot be used here. Yeah, so I really need to get another one because I need to get this done. But yeah, you get the deal here, I think. I really hope that you can get some inspiration and maybe do some sweaters yourself. And please do message me pictures of whatever you do, and or like ask for inspiration and stuff like that. I would love to help with whatever I can. And like for recipes for the sweaters and stuff, I just googled in Danish. I just googled free knitting recipes, and then I use straps recipes a lot just because I like them and they are free. So you can just do that in your language, and you should be able to find a lot of possibilities. And then if you're new at it, just take a recipe that you think is more easy than others. Maybe start with a summer top or something, or a top without arms maybe. Depends on what you want to do actually. But if you have trouble doing anything, well then I ask someone that you know that might be knitting as well, or well, go to YouTube. Like I'm doing a YouTube video on knitting, so I know that there's a lot of other YouTubers that tells you how you actually knit. I don't think I will be doing that here because there's just so many other videos out there doing that. But yeah, so I really hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.